It's a phrase, customer experience. So that means it has to be from the eyes of customer. That's the key.
Hmm.
And it has to be sum total of all customer interactions, pre-purchase, during purchase, and post-purchase. Now, historically, the ability to stitch that data together, even at the aggregate, was missing with most organizations. And what has happened in the journey from 2007 till date, one could argue, now we have the ability to stitch that journey together, at least at the cohort level, if not at the user level. Which means if we did a branding campaign, we know of the customer segments we targeted, what were the outcomes on the brand side, on the brand awareness, on the brand consideration, etc. Similarly, if we followed it up with another market activation campaign, how did that funnel look like in aggregate from creating an awareness to creating an intent and down to taking action?
I think going from need generation to information search to evaluation to purchase, post purchase. Now, in all of that, nowadays companies, especially, I mean, not just digital native companies, I think every company, there's no option now. Uh, they have those campaigns running for each of those phases, right? And each of those phases would have micro journeys or micro objectives of customers. And then for those, maybe they're tailored campaigns. For example, in the need generation, social plays a key role in terms of, generating that need, bringing that gap between my current state and aspirational state, and then letting me know, no, I need to buy a new refrigerator or a new car or whatever it is. And then from information search, I know probably search engines would play a key role in that, because people would come and they search, they will tell what they want. And then from there on to evaluation, to looking at the likes of YouTube, probably what how to videos people see, to what review websites people go to, even come to my website, brand website, let's say, and see products. And then purchase would happen either on a brand e-commerce site or marketplace like an Amazon or a Flipkart or a Myntra. And then post purchase, like call center and all of that. Now, each of those stages and depending on the product, depending on the industry, there'll be certain platforms which will be more relevant for the customer. And again, it probably makes sense to apply that lens, that if somebody is coming, if you're running a campaign on social for need generation, the KPIs should be awareness. KPI should be how many visitors slash divided by a certain geography density, how many we are reaching, or how many content consumption. Likewise on information search, what content people are consuming, more on that. And then evaluation is how they're engaging with the different features, functionality. And likewise purchase is add to cart, order conversion. And then we apply that lens, and while we do that, and then there's voice of customer, there are tools, tech out there which captures, like you're saying, NPS, CSAT. And then probably combine the two and look at it, that both the observation part while they're doing it and the voice of customer as well. I mean, probably voice of customer.
Measurability is currently an issue. If you were to classify into two buckets, one is customer experience, more about what people think about the brand, perception that they have about the brand, then there's no better way to measure it than asking the customers themselves. That's where the survey would come in.
But that's the classical way, right? That's more
a
like
classical way.
post-mortem. Things have happened. Now you're looking at NPS or a CSAT score to see.
Yes. So that becomes one set of metrics that one could look at, but they are good indicators to see if they are trending in right direction or not. And now what people are doing is, when they design these NPS surveys, there are third and fourth level of questions there, wherein you can trace back to which function is responsible for bringing it down. And therefore it becomes actionable to some extent. They do it every quarter and they see if the marketing as a function is trending up versus operations which is trending down. Then they might do a follow-up focus group discussion to uncover specific area within operation which warrants a little more focus. But more than that, the other possible viability to measure it would be to watch people behavior and not ask them what. And that's where some of the data available would be helpful. Would be if you are if you run an app, is the average time spent on the app trending up, trending down? Is your churn rate going up or down? Is your average order value going up or down? Are there certain sections of your website which are not getting the traction that they were getting in the past?
Mm.
So one is on the asking the survey and one is watching the behavior. Between these two, it could give some indications on that things are broken.
Mm.
Other more holistic view would be to if something needs to be changed in how people are interacting with the brand communication, when there is no explicit need which has been stated by the user. At the broad level, is our communication making aware of the proposition that the brand holds itself? And if the key objective of the campaign was only brand awareness, did we make an impact on that brand awareness in first place? Or we could swap it, if not brand awareness, some of those engagement metrics, like how long if it was a video, how long was the video was watched by the user,
Right.
and post that, if you want to develop a journey in terms of remarketing those users to nurture them through the funnel, how healthy those metrics look like as they move from one stage to another.
Right.
So to the point on what metrics we use between the brand and the behavior, between the mind measures as we call it, and the performance measure, those would be two classification. Within that, there could be these marketing metrics which could give us a sense if something is broken.